focus on more prospects and buyers using a lead capture page, a thank you page, and an autoresponder. Build them, tweak them, and insert your traffic systems and niches, and you can really gel your business and make it a really successful in 2015 really, really quickly. So here's how it works. Now, if you have a scratch pad, this is a good place to do scratch pads. And I wanted to draw like a little visual. So the three parts is a lead to thank you to autoresponder. So a lead capture, the main focus of a lead capture page is you want someone to land on your online property that you physically have ownership that can capture the lead. And the main focus right now, I want you to focus on is just get the email for now. I know sometimes you guys want phone numbers and names. Don't worry about that. I say build a lead capture that the main focus is to gather information on prospects primarily with their email. Now, some of you in network marketing say, I have that. And I say, can you right now email your prospects without using the company's autoresponder broadcast emailer? And if you can't, it's because you don't own it, right? We're business owners. We're not loaning tools or renting tools. We have to build assets into our own business. That's a true business. If not, it's like quicksand, basically. You're building a house on sand. So get a lead capture page and build one. There's a lot of software out there. We'll go over a couple. And get the capture page going, because what the capture page does is, let's say you have, the best coffee and you want to give someone a tasting sample. A capture page would then show them the 3 best coffees out there and the 3 worst that you should be drinking right now, or 3 that have more. Like, can you imagine you have a capture page that says 3 coffee brands that you should not drink because it has pesticides, has mold, and will probably give you diarrhea. And if you didn't know it, it's probably because your coffee. Put your email in here and I'll show you an alternative on how to clean it or different ways to, figure out what not to drink. Pain or pleasure. We can go over lead capture page later, but the main idea is you need to be sending your traffic to a lead capture page, which then goes to a thank you page. Now, a lot of times I don't use a thank you page, and I figured out, well, dang, my conversions aren't as good as they need to be. And I keep thinking like, well, why isn't it converting more? And then I started inserting a thank you page. A thank you page is an acknowledgement that someone gave you something valuable. Someone gave you their email. You need to thank them. And it's a great way to insert yourself with a video or a picture to brand yourself, to say, hey, I'm a real person. Like, I get these emails all the time that go, hey, are you a real guy or are you a computer? I have decreased the amount of those silly questions by just inserting a thank you page. Now, this thank you page, it does 2 different things. The next phase is it takes you to the sales page, which there you sell your coffee, or maybe you sell your business opportunity, or maybe you sell, real estate, whatever it is. But it also at the same time puts them into your autoresponder. So now you're building a list. At the same time, it's like it splits, right? You get the lead and you're able to sell that lead something that is valuable. Now, I do want to stress, if your stuff, the stuff, air quotes, is not valuable, stop selling it. Stop selling junk. Sell good stuff. Sell your good stuff. Sell your good consulting. Sell your company's really good products. Then this process starts to work because you're getting more people to the capture page. You're thanking them. You're showing them. You're educating them on the process. Come here, think about it. If you look at how a lot of these businesses run, a lot of it's about brand awareness. And it's about educating the buyer on why they need it. I mean, really, really think about it. Why in the heck are there so many iPads being sold? Because if you think about it, 20 years ago, there were tablets, but no one ever bought them, right? They were bombs. They were junk. They were horrible. But now everyone has an iPad. Why? Because Apple did a really good job on educating their prospects and buyers on why they need an iPad. And a lot of that came from an iPod. Y'all see what I'm getting at? Selling existing customers, an iPod turns into an iPhone turns into an iPad turns into a MacBook. You see where the process comes in? A lot of this business stuff, regardless what business model you're in, it comes down to being the same. So this is the image I want to burn into your head. You have a lead capture page that goes to a thank you page, which then allows you to build your asset, which is your list, which also then sends them to a sales page, which then you're able to retail your business opportunity or whatever you're retailing. Okay, so let's break it down. Lead capture page. The main purpose of this is to get the email. Send traffic, right? Like marketing through advertising to this page. Purpose is to capture leads, the email. It's the front door to your business, right? And think Groupon. If you go to Groupon, when I went to Groupon, they might be split testing right now, but when I went to Groupon, that's the front page. That page is, want to save 50 to 90% in Houston? I live in Houston. Put your email in. That's it. Now think about it. Their whole background is like cool things you can get in Houston, like massages, car tune-ups, waxes, cool products. And they're just selling the fact that I can give you this, but you got to give me your email first. This is a really good process that you should be copying. Now, don't get this confused with blogging. A blog will eventually go to a lead capture page. You send people to a lead capture page, right? And this is kind of the stuff you'll send them to. And if you do this over and over and over again, you will start to build your number one asset, in my opinion, is your contacts. People who do business with you, your buyers, your prospects, the people who love you on social media, the people who want to do business with you. This is how you stay in business longer, right? So here's an example of some capture page examples from lead pages. There's just a ton of different types, but all of them, I would recommend you focus strictly on just getting the email first, okay? Like a lot of these are two-step opt-ins. You click a button and then it pops up. A lot of you who registered for this exact webinar, right? You came in through a two-step opt-in, right? You clicked the button and then you saw it. I was split testing between that and a single opt-in. Martin Baker says, please, if you going to market something, please own it first. Yeah. So you must be willing to spend money, as Martin says, to build your business. And that's either through starting up, buying tools, outsourcing, payroll, systems and tools. If not, you're going to run yourself ragged. It's just not the way to build, okay? So here's the lead capture page. And a lot of times the simple question is, what is a squeeze page? What is a landing page? They're basically all the same. A lead capture page is also a squeeze page, which is also a landing page in most cases. Sometimes landing pages is like the top of your blog or something like that. Or if you're an e-commerce store like Amazon, it's like one of your e-commerce places. But basically a place where they come in, but you're always trying to get someone's contact because it takes 7 exposures before someone buys from you, right? So opt-in page, registration page, lander, they're all basically the same. The main purpose is to gather information on your prospects, not spam people. Think about that. If you spam people, they're not going to opt in. If you spam people and they did opt in, they're giving you a junk email. And if they gave you a junk email, you're emailing your good content to nobody. So it doesn't even matter, right? So don't do that. So here's kind of what it looks like. Now, I had found this image. I don't know. I need to give credit to where credit's due, but I found this image, and it talks about emails, advertising, SEO, social media, offline. And here's what happens. You send all this to a landing page. Now, I inserted a blog, right? Because a lot of my clients actually do blog. You send all this traffic to a landing page because the landing page then sends it to your conversion goal, your goal conversion, which is making sales, right? Building clientele, selling products. So traffic to a landing page. So traffic could be like social media like Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter, Google+, content marketing like blogging, article marketing, guest content, guest blogging, YouTube marketing, paid traffic like Google, Bing, Facebook. You could be doing solo ads. You could be doing offline. You send a lot of to the landing page. And the cool thing is if you're crafty about it, you should be sending people on your business card to a landing page. Because if you hand someone your business card, they're probably not friends and family, right? And if they are friends and family, they want to know more about what you're selling. Because if not, they'll just be like, just give me your phone, I'll text it to you. But why hand out a business card? So if you're handing out business cards at luncheons and stuff, the link you give them should be some way that when they enter it, say you sell real estate or maybe you're a physical trainer, you want to send them to a landing page to get their email so you can then communicate with them automatically. Key, kicker, and awesome. So here's another example landing page. Put in your email, click a button, ta-da, you're done. Right? There's tons out there. So I'm not going to go into the structure or optimization of it, but just know you got to build one. All right. So now we come to the thank you page, bridge the gap, right? Bridging the gap means someone who's a prospect and someone who's a buyer, they went through a psychological process of, should I buy your stuff and do I trust you? It's always like that. If they don't trust you, they're not whipping out their credit card or giving you cash. And if you're not solving a particular problem, they're not going to buy your stuff anyways. So how you can solve their prospect's problem, how do you build a rapport, how do you brand yourself, and for some of you who aren't doing this, I'm going to be drilling this to my clients, conversion tracking and pixel dropping. This is where you put it. So here we go. Thank you page. The prospects don't know who you are. They don't. Prospects don't know who you are. Use the thank you page to bridge the gap, turning strangers into buyers. So it looks like this, right? This is from Marketo. So someone who kind of knows who you are, then kind of friends you, and they kind of really kind of knows your name now. And then when they turn into a prospect to a lead, they will give you their email to learn more about what you do. Now, the process of a prospect on their landing page, the thank you, I like to insert that little in that crack, the thank you page, because that's a really good way to brand yourself. Because a lot of times you're not being branded if you're paying for paid traffic, maybe, or maybe you're doing SEO targeting stuff. So a lot of times you got to get a reason why, you don't have to put your face, but sometimes it just has to be, why you, right? Because if you're network marketing, trust me, you have competition within your own company. Why you, right? So the thank you page is a great place to deliver any goodies you promise, like lead magnets, PDFs, videos, ebooks. Because if you're offering something of value for their email, like an ebook or something like that, it's a great place on the thank you page to deliver at that point. And you can insert a video or picture at the same time on that thank you page. And for those of you who are my personal, my personal teams, my clients, it is time in 2015 to start dropping some pixels. I'm gonna do some more training on this, but it's really simple. If you think about, just grasp the idea. You need to be inserting a pixel for paid traffic conversions on your thank you page, because that's what they call firing. When someone goes from a capture page to a thank you page, that pixel tells someone has reached the destination. You need this for conversion. So just know, when someone goes, where do I put my pixel for lead generation, conversion tracking? It's on your thank you page, almost always, unless you're doing straight to sales, but I bet you your conversions suffer. So we're not even gonna cover that. Number 4, insert a pixel for future retargeting. I've been doing this for the last month, but I've known of this for over a year. I just didn't really know the uses of it until I went to a really high-end workshop talking about this. Man, this would be awesome. So this is where your conversions live. It's here on your thank you page. And since a lot of you are in network marketing and affiliate marketing, you have no control of what's on the sales page because it's already predefined. It's already built. You can't insert pixels on it. So what you do is you make a capture page, and then you make a thank you page where you insert the pixel before you send them onto your sales page, which is your network marketing company or whatever Amazon product that you can't really alter, right? This track is good for Google, Facebook, and paid ads. It will increase your sales conversions through personally collecting with your customer. That's where you bond and your brand starts to really pay off, the thank you page, right? So the capture plus thank you, you got to keep a congruent offer. If you're talking about, how to help your kids from crying on your capture page and your thank you page talks about NASCAR, that's 2 completely different things. Now, I know that's like ridiculously different, crying kids and NASCAR, But some of you have some really weird capture pages that go to sales pages that are not congruent at all. So you got to make sure they're the same thing and that they talk the same language and that they solve the same problem. What this does is it brings your prospects closer to buying, all without using the phone. So here's what I recommend. Some of you have been putting phone numbers on your capture page. I say put it on your thank you page. And if you want to, you can have another opt-in on the thank you page, or you can just list your phone number if you're cool with getting phone numbers at all times of the day. But the phone at that time, you can then spike your sales because they have already given you something first, an email. Now they're more willing to get, it's like that process. They can give you their phone number if what you're offering solves a specific problem, right? So it looks like this: capture to thank you. And a lot of people go, well, how do I tell the capture page where it goes? Now, some of you have capture page software, and 50% of the people I run into say, how do you tell the capture page where the thank you page is? For the most part, you tell the capture page where to send the opt-in through the autoresponder. The autoresponder generally tells them what the thank you page is. And in most places, congratulation page or thank you page, it'll say thank you page. So I know sometimes the nomenclature gets mixed up and you're like, I don't understand. How do I send people from my capture page to my thank you page when all I have is a sales page? Well, we'll keep going. But before we do that, some of you who've been waiting for some neediness, website custom audiences. If you're not doing this and you're driving traffic right now to social media, to Facebook, to your blog content, you will see your content spike. So what I've been doing is I've been inserting this thing called WCAs, website custom audiences, from Facebook, just Facebook for now. I'm sticking them on my thank you page. And I'm not gonna go too deep into this, but I'm gonna go like this. If there's a person who ends up on this thank you page, I send them a specific ad on Facebook because I know they're looking to solve a problem. I'll repeat this. If the person, even if they give me a bad email, but if the person really wanted something solved, because the only thing we do in business is solve problems. We're a solutions provider, right? And so if you're a physical trainer and you have 6 tips to get a six-pack of abs in 90 days, and you have a workbook, someone's going to want to give you a real email to get that, only if that's a problem of theirs. If it's not, or if they're not interested, they're never going to opt in. So when the person opts in on the thank you page, I then drop a custom audience pixel on that person. So if they ever go back to Facebook, I know who they are and can send them a different ad than my original ad, because I know they're looking to get a six-pack. Because before, I don't know what they want. There are just a billion people on Facebook. I don't know what you want, right? I know Facebook has interests and stuff like that, but really, is that an interest today? But if someone opts in today, you know for a fact that person really, really wants a six-pack, then you can advertise back to them. Now, I know this seems a little more complicated. It's super, super simple. The idea is sending targeted ads to people who want it. That's it. Stop sending hamburgers to vegetarians. Just stop. You're wasting your money, all right? Your conversions drop. Don't do it. So here's 2 ways you do this with custom audiences with Facebook, right? You can upload the leads. Like if you have generated 100 leads, you can take those leads, those emails, and upload it to Facebook. And if they're tied to someone in Facebook, you'll then be able to send them an advertisement that's different. You don't want to send them back to the capture page. I want to send them to a different offer, right? An offer that's similar or of the same nature, but I'm not going to send them to another capture page, right? But the better way is website visitors. It's a pixel. Why? They can't fake that. Sometimes people go to your capture page and send you an email. It's a fake email just so they can see the next page. But with the pixel, they can't fake the pixel. Yes, Martin, that is retargeting. But at its core, when you use a website visitor with website custom audiences, but using a pixel drop like this, they can't fake it. They can give you a fake email, but when they go back on Facebook, that pixel, that cookie, it's like that little data that shows where you've been. Now, don't be stalkerish. Don't be like a crazy person stalking somebody. But the best example of this is on Amazon. If you go to Amazon, look at a product, and then go to Facebook, you will eventually see that product on the sidebar. Facebook knows you were looking at a mixer. Facebook knows you're looking at a TV. Facebook knows you're looking at those pairs of shoes. Carolina goes, pixel meanings pictures? No, pixel meaning a snippet of code that follows your prospect all over the internet, and that is magic. Try it, Carolina. Go to Amazon. Go look up Beats headphones, 55-inch TVs. Go look up high-heel shoes. And then go back to Facebook, and you'll start noticing Facebook starts to advertise to you because they know where you've been, but they're not sending you back to Amazon.com. They're sending you to the exact product you didn't buy. Because if you had bought it, they're not going to send you to that product anymore. They'll send you something that's similar. Here's an example. Let's say I was looking at an Xbox One gaming system, and I go to Amazon, and then Amazon's like, thank you for coming, but I don't buy it today because whatever. I go to Facebook, I start to see ads on Xbox One. Let's say I buy the Xbox One, I go through the ad, I buy it, right? Amazon knows I already bought it. They're not going to keep spending money to sell me an Xbox One. Instead, they're going to send me related products like a controller, video games, upcoming video games. See, they're building a list inside of Facebook. But it's not only in Facebook. You can do pixel retargeting on a whole ton of different websites like AdRoll. Write that down, AdRoll, that's the biggest one. Perfect Audience is another one. Retargeter is another one. Ton of these. I like to stick with Facebook. It's the easiest to get through, okay? Now, why do this? Because you're advertising to familiar prospects, right? Someone without a name in chat goes, how do you prevent from being stalkerish? Don't be like, I know what you did last summer. I mean, I don't know. Just don't do that. You know what I mean? But there's a lot of different ways you can do this. But the main idea for custom audiences, you put it on the thank you page, and you know you're only sending advertising to that person who has taken the steps to learn more about what you're offering. And advertising to familiar prospects is where it's at in 2015, right? So 3 parts. Autoresponder, turning prospects to buyers, increasing conversions, delivering the goods, building rapport, connect capture pages to your thank you page. It all happens. Here are the 4 physical ones I physically own. I physically own all 4. Do you have to own one of 4? Heck no, you do not, okay? You do not have to do that. But I've used Aweber. I use them the longest. GetResponse I'm using for marketing. I'm going to go break down, but I use these 4.